Hi guys, how you all doing? I hope you're all keeping safe. So for today's video, we are here to talk about Netflix's new reality TV series titled Too Hot to Handle. It starts off like your typical reality TV show. The stereotypical looking, beautiful girls, skinny, slim body, sculpted guys, muscles, tattoos, packs, the whole shebang. And for the first episode, we are introduced to the reality TV stars. There are I think about 9 people from all over the world. We have people from Canada, people from Australia, people from the UK, people from the USA, with all different personalities. You have some people that are ditzy, and then you have some people that are fun. You have some people that are actually there, I quote, to bang, and then you have some people that are there and just to be true to themselves. Obviously, the whole group of people are put together in one villa, and they are expected to stay in that villa for, I think, about a month. And now what they didn't know, or what they didn't see coming, is the fact that there is one major rule, and that rule is no form of sex whatsoever. No kissing, inappropriate touching. You can obviously hug and cuddle, but anything other than that, you lose money from the price pot. $100,000 US. So if you break the rule, you're going to lose money. There's this like artificial intelligence speaker looking thing called Lana, and what she does is she obviously spies on them, records information, and she's there to sort of guide them around the whole series. So she's sort of like the big brother. So every evening they sort of have like a sit down with Lana. What Lana does is Lana lets them know if any of the rules has been broken, and then she obviously lets them know if they've lost money. Okay, so from episode 2 we start to see the cracks, in the sense that the group is starting to divide and certain people are starting to turn against other people because of their own selfishness. Because like I said earlier on, you can kiss if you want to, but then you lose money. And some of the characters were already breaking the rules, losing money. So I do have my favorite characters. Obviously Matthew was one of my favorite characters, in the sense that he just stayed true to himself. He was sort of like the father figure of the house. Everyone loved him, everyone respected him, and funny enough they called him Jesus because he has really long hair and he has this whole bohemian look thing going for him. And then we have a couple other characters that were obviously there to start trouble. People like Hailey. She must have thought she was going on a completely different reality TV show to what she was in, because just seeing her, she seemed confused most of the time, and when she wasn't confused, she was always stirring the pot and, you know, starting trouble. I remember there was a point where Francesca and Harry had kissed and obviously lost the group, I think $3,000. They were the first, I believe, to lose the group money. And Harry, being a complete tool that he is, went over to the boys and then was telling the boys, oh yeah, I got to lock clips with one of the most gorgeous girls in the villa. Oh yeah, and you know what, she's the one that initiated it. Meanwhile, he was the one that initiated the kiss, obviously. So later on in the day, Lana sort of gets them all around a table, and then she tells them what rules had been broken throughout the day and how much that they were going to lose from the prize pot. And Harry, being Harry, literally had word vomit, and he was like, yeah, she approached me, which isn't true. So Francesca then gets angry and tells him like, but that's not right, that's not what happens. But Francesca, being one of the, shall I say, one of the sex-driven housemates, or she's very in tune with herself, and she knows what she wants basically. Because of that, the whole group didn't believe her, and obviously they took Harry's side, or some of the people took Harry's side, and then not a lot of people took her side. And then she got upset and she said, okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to cause trouble, I'm going to stay the port. And then she then went and locked lips with Hailey, who's another troublemaker, locked lips with Hailey, and then they decided that they were going to blame someone else for them losing money the next day, when Rhonda was obviously going to mention that a couple of rules had been broken and they had lost money. So a couple of episodes into the series, we see them going to different workshops, and the aims of these workshops are to build personal growth, to get rid of negative energy and obviously fill yourself with positive energy, to get to know yourself better, which is something I liked about this reality TV show, because not every other reality TV show, such as Love Island, they don't do things like that. So Love Island is simply based based on you forming a physical connection, whereas with this you have to learn to know yourself better. You have to break down every sort of negative energy within yourself to be able to flourish. And another thing that Lana did was every single time a couple or people in a couple made a positive sort of progress, she gives them a green light. And what that green light means is you're then allowed to be physical for a couple of minutes. Okay, so I have a couple of issues with this show. The rules, apart from the no sex rules, direction is not clear in the sense that we don't know who is going to win the money. We don't know if anyone is going to win the money. Do you have to be in a couple to win the money? Do you have to be single to win the money? We don't know. For the next couple of episodes, we then obviously see relationships forming, friendships forming, we see triangles, we see love triangles happening. And then you have certain characters who you can see and you can tell have made genuine self-growth, people like David. So I feel like this reality TV series is not as structured as other reality TV series, in the sense that the whole thing takes place over a month and there was only 8 episodes, and each episode doesn't actually tell you what time frame it was filmed in. So we don't know if it was 2 days, if it was over a course of 2 days, if it was over the course of 3 days. None of that was clear. Another thing that I wasn't too really sure about is the fact that they introduced, I think, 3 or 4 more people into the whole dynamics, because obviously we have our original 9 contestants that started in the beginning, and then couple of episodes down the line, Lana first introduced Bryce, introduced I believe 3 more people. I sort of get it. The whole point of introducing people is to obviously mix the dynamic to see if friendship that have formed are going to change, if relationship that are formed, if they're going to be affected. At some point, the whole thing did seem quite confusing, because some people were in a couple, some people were in a friendship, some people didn't even have that connection with anyone. Even the contestants themselves didn't know what they had to do to win the money. Obviously, at some point, Lana decides to kick certain people off the island, which I honestly completely agree with, because oh my god, what was Hailey doing in the house? She seemed confused most of the time. She wasn't having a good time. She hated the show. We had another character called Corey, I believe. Corey is your typical Love Island demon, in the sense that he was probably just there to get in as much pants as he could, and obviously he couldn't do that, so he wasn't really having fun on the island. At the end of the show, what had happened was every single one of them were apparently winners, and what we didn't see how the winners were chosen. All we saw was they made some sort of growth on a personal level or in their relationships. So for the entire duration of the series, we keep hearing Lana and the narrator talking about growth, personal growth. So we feel like the whole aim of this reality TV show is to have people make actual connections based on growth. Would I recommend you watch it? Yes, it's funny enough, I was pretty entertained. I didn't think I'd be as entertained as I was, and I did learn a few things, a few random things here and there. So obviously, yeah, if you have the time, why not? There's only 8 episodes, so watch it. Would I like to see a second season? 100%. I'd like to see a second season. But my issue now is, now that people know how the show works, you're going to get a couple of people who are just going to go in there for the money. So what I'd like to see is I'd like to see a few twists here and there, so that way people don't know what to expect. So yeah guys, that's all for me today. Don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe, because I'd like to have you as a part of my family. Do stay safe guys. Bye bye. Hug and cuddle, but anything other than that, you lose money from the prize pot. And the prize pot for this reality TV show is $100,000 US. So if you break the rule, you're going to lose money from the prize pot. So at the end of the show, every single one of the contestants were apparently winners, and what they did was, so at the end of the show, what had happened was every single one of them were apparently winners. And what we didn't see how the winners were chosen. All we saw was they made some sort of growth on a personal level or in their relationships. And what they had done was they all split the prize fund, and I think everyone got about 8,700 each. and then you're just going to get people who obviously knows how the whole show works, and they're probably just going to be there, they're probably just going to go there for the money. So what I'd like to see is them changing it up a little bit, and then that way so people don't know what to expect every single time that they go on the show. Would I recommend you watch it? Yes, funny enough, I was pretty entertained. I didn't think I'd be as entertained as I was, and I did learn a few things, a few random things here and there. So obviously, yeah, if you have the time, why not? It's only 8 episodes, so watch